Sometimes it's good not to watch the trailer because sometimes the trailer is funnier than the actual movie. That might be an example here. Let's talk about that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's movie review of Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul, the newest film from director Adamma. So, Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul is a mishmash of genres. It's a part mockumentary, part drama, part comedy, part deconstruction of a megachurch. It's about two individuals named Trinity Childs and, of course, Lee Curtis Childs, who are played by Regina Hall and Sterling K. Brown. And it deals with these individuals who, at one point in their career, were super popular, were super famous. They made millions of dollars off this, mega church, this idea of using God to kind of support their system. You've seen things like this in the headlines of news. And in the process, they've lost all of it because Sterling K. Brown's Lee Curtis Childs is being accused of sexual assault. And so basically, what this movie is doing is it is allowing a crew to film this couple that's trying to reignite the world that is, Christianity and religion and churches and stuff like that. It turns into a dramatic kind of story that the surface level of these individuals is a lot darker than what you expect, and it goes places as you expect they do. And on top of that, this is very much a kind of satire look into that world that is the mega churches and how people get kind of, I would say, scammed from their money, to be fairly honest. It's that type of movie. So this movie has the distinction of actually having a pretty decent trailer, to be fairly honest. I thought it was pretty funny. It was entertaining. It seemed like a movie that, would deconstruct the whole megachurches thing really well, get into the nuts and bolts of how unscrupulous and despicable these people are and how they kind of prey on people in their beliefs of God and stuff like that, which, is very potent, is very powerful in this world. It's a thing that a lot of people believe in. So when you get these megachurches and stuff like that prey upon these people, it is what it is. It's a really sickening thing, to be fairly honest. So I felt like this movie, which is directed by Adamma and of course is produced by Jordan Peele, was going to offer something kind of interesting, a way for a film to kind of deconstruct that whole situation and kind of add a little bit of humor, but add a little bit of kind of touch into the realism of what this problem is. And so I was intrigued, I guess you could say, to see this movie. And so with that said, I had to think about this for a few minutes for my honest review of this movie. I will say this for this movie: Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall are absolutely fantastic in this movie. They do an incredible job of portraying these two characters. They have an aura about them. They work really well together. There is a very much a disturbing nature to what, of course, Regina Hall's character has to deal with and what she's going through and how she has to keep up appearances. The fact that, everything is revolving around Lee Childs, the Sterling K. Brown character. Really, there's a lot of dimension there. There's a lot of just kind of, tension and just kind of uncomfortability to it. The things that are revealed in this movie about Lee Childs, Lee Childs it's crazy to think about. I just don't think the movie holds up to the weight of what they're being presented with. I think it tries to be funny, it tries to be dramatic, it tries to be serious, it tries to be lighthearted, but it never feels like it's very, what I would call, structured properly. It goes from, because they are being filmed by a camera crew a la like Modern Family in a lot of respects, there is some stuff there that you can take away from just how the appearances on the surface level can really kind of be really different than what you see on the inside, and it does like transfer from like the camera crew to like a normal movie, and you kind of see both layers. But I never felt like those two really gelled well together, and there's so much disturbing content in this movie that it really kind of gets bogged down in like melodrama and just being too underseedy and underbelly, and just like everybody in this movie are kind of despicable people, and that can be played pretty well for a lot of crowds. I just never felt like it fully connected. It's not what I would call a terrible movie because it definitely has some funny moments in it. I just don't feel that it's a very good movie. I don't feel like it represents a society and a community very well. It tries to like shoo under the rug some of the problems that are being portrayed in this movie, and then on top of that, it starts going places that will make a lot of people uncomfortable. People left the theater during this movie because I guarantee you they were really uncomfortable with what was being expressed. There's some things that people might not agree with when it comes to religion and politics and how people represent themselves. There are points where I just kind of got a little bored, to be fairly honest. It doesn't mean, like I said, the performances aren't good. I'm trying not to spoil a lot of it in case you want to see it, but it's definitely a September movie where it has potential, but that potential is never fully met, to be fairly honest. And once again, if it had focused on one particular thing for a lot longer than another particular thing, I think it would have worked a lot better. But I definitely gotta give credit to Adamma Ebo for this movie, because at least they're trying to really get under the surface of what is the problem of mega churches and what is the problem of a world that is just full of scam artists, and it tries to do it in a very kind of comedic way, and trying to do dramatic stuff, because like I said, the close world that they live in compared to the real world that they live in, or the fake world that they present themselves, is kind of interesting to watch. And then you see like the mega house and all the cars and the all the clothing, really expensive clothing, and stuff like that is really interesting and really kind of heartbreaking that a lot of people fall for this kind of stuff. But in the end, I just think this is a movie that's just kind of a middle of the road movie. It's not great, but it still has some funny moments. It has great performances. Like I said, Sterling K. Brown, as despicable and nasty as he is in this movie, he's given a great character role. And like I said, Regina Hall is so conflicted, but she has almost like an abusive victim problem in this movie, but she also has like a very strong-willed performance that really shows through the entire movie. And Sterling K. Brown, gotta admit, you look like you work out a lot, so I gotta give you credit on that one. And like I said, this movie definitely has some disturbing content. It definitely goes places, and it will make people uncomfortable, which is what it's aiming for. I just don't think it was entirely successful. So, and with that said, that is gonna be my take for Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Definitely a movie that has interesting concepts to it. So, with that said, in the comments below, let me know if you're interested in seeing this movie. Is it something that looks interesting to you? Tell me what you think of these types of movies. What is your favorite kind of mockumentary, comedy, that type of thing? So anyways, with that said, thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.